Let's just start with a pro-Palestine rally going on in Edinburgh, just before everything goes pear-shaped. What happens next? I'll let you know after this. I'm Graniopteryx. So what happens next is this.
You're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not doing anything illegal. Is that
Maybe I'll put the closed captions on. What the policeman... So this person was just recording this demonstration and then obviously was accosted by the police.
Yeah? You're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not doing anything illegal. Is that if people...
The police are saying to this man, you're not doing anything wrong or anything illegal. But...
So see your star, which I appreciate that you feel...
Okay, so this man here is, I take it, Jewish. At least he's wearing a Star of David sign somewhere. I don't know where he's wearing it. I mean, he appears to be wearing a jacket, so maybe it's not like a necklace or a chain or something. Maybe it's on his shirt, whatever. But he is wearing a Star of David, and I suspect he might be Jewish, and the police are telling him that this is going to cause trouble. They are telling this man that he's going to cause trouble when he is at a rally like this. These people aren't causing trouble.
Yeah? You're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not doing anything illegal. Is that if people see your star, which I appreciate that you feel painful with, they will just get very, very angry. Okay, so I'm just making you aware that that might trigger the people, because obviously I understand you're sitting on the different sides of the fence. That's my only.
Okay, so just in case you didn't get that, I know some people watching these videos don't have such good eyesight. Right, so I'll read the closed captions. It goes like this. Okay, you're not doing anything illegal. Is that if people will see your star, the Star of David, which I appreciate, they will just get very, very angry. Okay, the closed caption here says, I'm making me aware. I think somebody else must have made him aware that I might trigger the... Because obviously I understand you're sitting with the different types of... It says here defence here. It's the fence. I got that. The sound is a bit difficult. Well, but you get the picture. The policeman is telling this person to remove the Star of David sign, which he's wearing somewhere about his person, and obviously fairly prominently, because it might trigger. It might trigger these other people. Now, let's look at the meaning of the word trigger. When you get a trigger, it means there's something difficult about your history, and this situation triggers flashbacks or trauma or something like that. That's what trigger means. It means that the person who gets the trigger is a victim. The person who is triggered is a victim through some sort of old trauma or pain. Not that they're at fault. They are victims and they are being triggered. Now, do you think these people here, that's, let's have a look, that's second 37. So I'll go back here again. These people, these are victims. These people, the chanting, the marchers, they are the victims, because that symbol of the Star of David is going to trigger some old trauma in them. They're the victims. The fact that they are aggressive bullies gathering in groups and might beat him up or kill him because he is wearing a religious symbol, that doesn't come into this policeman's universe. Let's go back to second 37 and let's see what else happens.
There's the different sides of defense. That's my only concern. Okay, that the star will set them off and they're causing an argument. There's only 3 of us here. It might be difficult.
So the star will set them off, he says, and cause an argument, cause a lot more than an argument, judging by other behaviour. The star will set them off and cause an argument. There are only 3 of us here. So Edinburgh Council or police department or whatever, in its wisdom, saw that there was going to be a chanting parade of bullies, and there is absolutely no doubt that all demos pro-Palestine are at the very least 50% anti-Semitic, and often, it seems to me, quite a lot more. But they sent only 3 police officers to watch this demo.
It might be difficult for us to manage the situation. I guess.
I don't plan to argue or engage with anyone.
No,
it is.
So this guy says, so the policeman says, there are only 3 of us. We might find it difficult to manage this situation. And this fellow here says, I don't plan to argue or engage with anyone.
My religion, I am Jewish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he says he's Jewish.
I don't see a problem with showing my Judaism.
And I don't see a problem with showing my Judaism. That's a little disingenuous. That is a very brave man. But he's doing the right thing, in my opinion.
I don't see a problem with that as well. You're showing the sign of your religion, what you believe in. That's absolutely fine. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
So the policeman says you're showing the sign of your religion, and that's absolutely fine, when evidently it is not.
For them,
it triggers them.
It triggers them, yes.
But it will trigger them. So just Jewish existence will trigger these people because they have a terrible trauma from the fact that Jews exist, no doubt.
I'm concerned that once there is an argument, it can evolve into a fight. You'll put yourself in a dangerous situation.
Right, if there's an argument, it'll evolve into a fight. You'll put yourself in a dangerous situation.
And there's only 3 of us to manage that.
And there's only 3 of us to manage that.
You don't have to. Would you mind tucking your star behind your jumper?
I do, actually, yeah.
Okay, so he was wearing a necklace. Would you mind tucking your star behind your jumper? And this guy says, yeah, I do mind doing that. You know, props to him. I mean, who would have the guts to stand there in front of a mob like that? I mean, okay, it's not a mob now, it's a demo. But at any moment, it could turn into the sort of mob that, was threatening that Jewish audience member in the Soho Theatre. I spoke about that in the video, about a comedian. The only thing funny about Paul Curry is that he calls himself a comedian. Anyway, it looked very much like that mob was on the point of tearing that Jewish audience member apart. So this guy, I mean, you know, there are more of those people in the street here.
You do mind that? Okay.
So I'm not trying to get you in trouble or anything.
You're not getting me. No, you're not getting me in trouble.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get you in trouble. You're not get me. Yeah, you see, there's so much noise. Even the closed captions have a problem. I don't
plan to engage with anyone here.
I don't plan to engage with anyone here.
Okay.
And if someone is triggered, I think they need to learn how to control their emotions.
And if someone is triggered, I think they need to learn how to control their emotions. Well, he's absolutely 100% right.
Listen, I appreciate that. Okay, just keep that in mind. Because there's a large group, there's over 1,000 people.
All right, so the policeman says there's over 1,000 people.
I'm guessing there'll be a lot of them walking around the city later on. Just bear that in mind.
I will.
From your own point
He's
of,
warning him that they'll be wandering around the city later on, and he should be careful. This is being said by a British policeman. I know it's in Scotland, but it's still Britain, and Scotland was always supposed to be more civilised than the rest of the country. This policeman is warning a man, well, in this case, a Jew, but of course, we all know it wouldn't end there. After they've chased all the Jews out of the way, then it'll be anyone wearing a cross. I mean, that's happened too, hasn't it?
for your own safety.
Yeah, thank you.
Bear that in mind, that not to engage in them, because
so this policeman is warning this Jewish man to be careful walking out on the streets, especially when he has any sign of being Jewish. What if he was wearing a skull cap? I can't see if he is. But I do know that people in London now, Jews in London, have taken to wearing, hats and baseball caps and things to hide their skull caps. This is not nice. And this is not good for our country. It's not good for Britain. It's poisonous. It's corrosive. We all know what's going on with corrosive. It's sort of ironic, isn't it? It's sort of ironic, isn't it? That corrosion can go on from a Muslim man who just happens to be angry with his girlfriend or whatever, and from people supporting Muslims here in Edinburgh.
Maybe you, one person, I don't know if you're with anybody else, you again, surrounded by a group of people, it's not a nice situation to
I
be in.
appreciate
He
that,
said,
yeah.
you're surrounded by a group of people. Does he mean you're surrounded by a group of people who'd be happy enough to beat you to a pulp? Or I don't know whether he's asking him if he's surrounded himself with bodyguards or, other friends. But no, I don't think so.
Okay, please look after yourself.
Okay, will do. Thank you very much.
I'm interrupting to remind you to click like and to subscribe and share. Also, I'm constantly being told that YouTube removes subscriptions without the subscriber realising it. So please click the notification bell and check that you really are still subscribed. All the links to my other channels are in the description, including links to donation sites. I'm always grateful for donations, but simply clicking like is the best thing you can do for this video and my channel generally. Thank you. Okay, well, that's the shame of our country. That's the shame of our country. It's a huge shame that this can't be controlled. Now, these aren't just Muslims, are they? There are a lot of people there who aren't Muslims. I'm not specifically getting at Muslims here, but I do maintain that this is Muslim driven. There's a lot of anti-Semitism among non-Muslims as well, bubbling away, of course. This happens. I heard a lot of it when I was working at the BBC. They were all white Europeans there, but I heard enough of that. Odd comments here and there, obviously, but it's the Muslim presence which is bringing it up, and there appears to be no will on the part of the government to control any of it. And of course, I have to say the BBC is fairly enthusiastic about encouraging it as well. It's not a good sign for any of us, because any society that gets this is in trouble. Always in trouble. The anti-Semitic societies in the Middle East, they're all in trouble. They're all fighting each other. They all have serious social difficulties. There are one or two, like Arabia, Saudi Arabia, that managed to damp it down with money. They just give things to their people and that keeps it down. But any Muslim country that doesn't have money, it's not a very nice place to varying degrees. And we all know what happened to European countries that fell to that same virus. So, it's terribly worrying. Okay, well, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.